up, put me on my face. Chase me down when I fall away. It's around me, yeah.
This high torso.
That blows me.
I'm just gonna
looking so taller than you.
screenshot took this. Zoom in.
That's awesome.
Oh yeah.
Okay, you slide over a tiny bit. Okay, so that I can come up. So sorry. Perfect.
Oh, girl.
No, I would never react with that calm. Well, I feel like that was a calm reaction.
Ooh.
I don't feel no heart. Oh, it's beating a little bit. Girl. Girl. All right. Let's rock and roll.
Yeah, we're gonna have great bloopers.
That.
Okay, cause like that. Let's rock and roll. We're talking about some. All right, so
I was just trying to see. What?
I'll speak.
Oh.
Okay, wait. Come on.
Okay.
Take a deep breath. Yeah. Wait. You ever seen?
Girl. Taylor. Where are you going, girl?
Okay, look. Yeah, okay, guys. Actually, okay. So we're gonna obviously start, but I gotta share this with y'all too. But on TikTok, it has been revealed to me that when we breathe in and out, we're saying yes, Yahweh.
Yes.
And I just thought that was y'all. Like I was just as shocked as the person saying it. Like with every breath.
I definitely
Like,
seen
what?
that. And I said I was gonna send that to you, but I don't know if I sent that to you or not. But I said this is a work of art.
Mm-hmm. With that being said, welcome to the Milk and Honey Podcast.
Yes, y'all. This is our first video.
First video, hey. Video. We both got hanging sleeves, hey. First video, hey. I'm Taylor Eppinger.
And I am Taya Biles.
And we
are
Milk and Honey.
Period. We got the honey from our glow.
That melody.
Okay, period. All right, guys. So today, for our first topic of Milk and Honey, we have Big Fish, Bigger God. Mm-hmm. And so with this topic, it's kind of like an introductory topic, and really just us saying that, like, from the things that we're doing now and the like path that we want to go to in the future, us kind of striving towards being them bigger fish and being in higher places, but also through that, allowing God to like be a part of that journey, and help us through that journey and like transition. And so, I guess we could get into why we started Milk and Honey. I'm gonna let Taylor go.
So, just to give like a backstory, it honestly started. So so last summer we were both mentors for Young Lives team in the Ypsi Belleville area out here in Michigan, and so we were able to meet some people. And let's just say, not to put her real name out, I'll just call her Marissa. So Marissa, we met her through Young Lives team. And so we kind of was able to like stay connected with her even afterwards, leading to now this summer. Well, it's not the summer no more, but leading to this summer now. And Marissa and Taya once had a conversation. And exactly how did it go again? Like
overall, okay, so backtracking. Me and Taylor last year we did a video on my YouTube channel.
Yes.
So if y'all want to go watch that, my like personal YouTube is Princess Priscilla. And so we did a video just talking about like our faith journey before we went to so background again. We just keep jumping to stuff like y'all know what we talking about, but Young Lives College is like a national organization for people to be able to like connect with different ministry-based communities and kind of just build their faith through God. And so for the Teen Mom Ministry, they were going to camp last summer, and so since we hadn't been to I hadn't been to a Christian camp, and Taylor just hadn't been for a little while, we kind of did a video before and after talking about our experience at the camp. And so through that, yes, go watch it. We'll link it, put it up on the screen somewhere. But yeah, through that, I kind of reconnected with Marissa. I almost said her real name.
I know, right? You got this. You got this.
And so when I reconnected with her, she kind of mentioned the video and said how she had watched it and was asking if we had a podcast. And it was just funny because I had already been thinking or considering asking Taylor like if she wanted to start a podcast. And so it was just kind of like perfect timing. So we said, actually, we're gonna start a podcast.
When Taya said that Marissa was saying that, I was sitting on the couch. I'm like, actually. We low-key should.
Okay.
Like, why not?
Thank you.
Oops, sorry.
No,
I'm like, you. Yeah. Let's do this.
When she said yes, I said great, because like low-key, I kind of have been thinking about like podcast stuff and or like asking Taylor for a little while, but I don't know why I never asked or just thought that she probably wouldn't be interested in it. So when Marissa said that, I said, oh yes, I'm definitely going to ask her today. I think I texted her immediately probably. It was like,
yeah, like we got on it immediately too.
And so yeah, we started thinking about starting this podcast like end of April, beginning of May, and then today is September. And so we kind of just been working on this over the summer, and brainstorming like how we want this to look and how like involved we want people to be. I already got people saying they want to be a part of the podcast. We already started a list for those people. So if y'all want to be a part of the podcast, comment down below
or send us an email.
Yeah, send us an email. If y'all got our personals, DM us on Instagram, and we definitely like set something up and figure out that. And yeah, we still kind of navigating just this whole podcast world, but through future stuff, you know, we're for sure gonna have people doing like collaborations. And so yeah, I'm like, I don't. This is like intermission. I was like, where should we go next?
Yeah, and honestly, just to keep speaking on just like how this is something that's new. Once it was like brought like to my attention, I was so like also on board and just for it because one, it's another opportunity to spread His word and to like really use the voice that He's blessed us with, and honestly just a platform that He's blessed us with to be able to do so. And so I just feel like it was this is a great way for us to do so, and just blessed that I can do that with a best friend.
Yes,
because work of art.
But, yeah. Now I'll say adding to that, I don't know, just also thinking about like honestly, God, I feel like in both of our lives has transformed us a lot since last year, like last summer, and just continuing to like elevate. And kind of continue doing the works of like what God wants us to do and like connecting with people and stuff like that. I feel like other people, I know me, like I admire watching people on YouTube and like seeing their journeys, and just them inspiring me to like look at different viewpoints of my own life. So just using our journeys to kind of be a light for like y'all who's watching, and also too like even through y'all collabing, like y'all are being a light of us through whatever like we end up discussing when we do collaborations and stuff like that. And with the podcast too, like our hope is not to just only do podcast stuff. Like we got big plans for the future.
Big plans.
Okay, big plans, big fishes
And
with the
big
big
gods.
God. Okay, and so what the plans that we have. Dang, what was I gonna say?
Come on.
I was just gonna say with the plans that we do have, like we don't plan to only like always just record in like podcast settings. Like if we, depending on what our new project is, like we will record that stuff, take y'all along that journey, and just kind of let y'all see and showcase us showcasing like our journey with y'all. And so yeah, that's a part of the plan too for this like brand and platform.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And honestly, I feel like that greatly summarized what what our intentions are with Milk and Honey, and like how it started, and like she said, we really do have like big plans and like things that I'm excited about, which brings us into today's topic, because we can't do anything without God. And I feel like that is something that, although I feel like I've always like known that, I feel like this season I've really been taught that, and like really paid attention that like without God, what is it? Like, honestly though, but I'm just so excited about Milk and Honey, and excited about this opportunity, and that we're finally here and recording our first video, and that you all will be able to watch it. And I feel like it's a great chance also for us to like share individual testimonies as well, and to just even connect with people via YouTube or social media, or just however we can, just to connect with everybody and ultimately do his works and spread his word. So,
amen.
So like we said, like today's topic is big fish, bigger God, and so we're gonna get into that, and just to like share like on a personal level like where I'm at right now. So I'm in my last year of college right now, and I feel like I'm in a transitioning period, because I'm like, even though I'm still in undergrad, I'm like also trying to prepare myself for afterwards. And I have so many ideas, so many like plans, things that I would want to happen for myself afterwards. And I feel like I've been just seeing a lot and just getting more in the Bible over this summer, and just really, I feel like God this summer has really been just showing me and telling me that no matter what, I need him. So like throughout any blessings that he gives me, I still will need him to do it, and that it's because of him that I have X, Y, and Z, or can do the things that I'm doing. And so, and sometimes I feel like I have like limited myself, or felt like doubtful, like, oh no, I don't think it's time. But like sometimes if it's God's timing, it's God's timing. And even if I don't see like the solution or the way to get me to what I want, God already sees it, and he already has a plan, and he's a great God that does marvelous things. So like that blessing could come in a way I least expect it, and it could come out of the blue. So I guess I just say that to say that I feel like I've been learning just overall to not limit myself. And at the same time, I feel like when I do that, I'm also doubting God, because like he has big plans for me, and I believe that, and I believe that it'd be achievable if it's within his will and if he ordains it.
Period. For me right now, I am in multiple like areas of like growing leadership wise, and so right now I'm in my second semester in grad school. Period. And I'm doing early childhood education. I got my undergraduate degree in social work, and so right now my hope is to like teach probably like kindergarten, and so right now I'm like working and like learning centers and like working with that age range of kids. And then I'm also a graduate hall director on my college campus, and so in that area I kind of like oversee RA staff. And then I'm also like a staff ministry leader for Young Lives College for like the college ministry. And so in all of those areas, I feel like I'm kind of like learning more about my leadership style, and like learning more about like how I can like utilize like the plan that God has for my life to kind of still touch people, and use those areas of strength to kind of like, what's the right word? I don't know, just kind of meet people where they are at. And so like for me, like in the past, like I always know I'm like good at like art related things and stuff like that. So kind of like using those areas of my interest to still like share God's gospel. And I think also through that, just still trying to learn and navigate like what type of leader God kind of wants me to be, but also in that knowing, like having confidence and knowing that like God is pushing me in some direction to kind of be a leader for him. I feel like before I honestly speaking, I never thought that I would kind of be in like a ministry type of like in ministry work. And so that's kind of new for me, and just navigating like that area of my life and like that process. And so just still being honing in on like knowing that God got my back through that process and teaching me like what type of leader he want me to be. But yeah, I think that through that, like going back to bigger fish, bigger God, just knowing that when I don't feel confident in those areas or don't like know like where I'm growing at or where I'm supposed to grow at, knowing that God still like have that plan for me, and like I'm just still on the journey, and I'll get there eventually, and know like what God want me to do. But yeah, that's kind of like where I'm at now.
And I think it's like so funny like to talk about like how you say like leadership positions and just being like a leader, because it makes me just think like ultimately of what God's will is for us, even for like as individuals. Like that's something that throughout anything that I'm doing, I always like when I pray about it, I will ask God like depending on what it is, like say I want an iPad, let's say that. So like say I pray about it, then I say, Lord, if it's in your will, I ask I can have an iPad, so something like that. But yeah, that's just a slight example. I've never actually prayed that, but but I just said it to say just like throughout everything, I always try to seek His will, and so the leadership positions, I don't know why it just makes me kind of think of that in terms of it just makes me want to like ask God, like, is this something that you want me to do? Like, is this something that you're calling me to do? Because I feel like I have all of my life honestly been in a lot of leadership positions, but sometimes, and most of the times it's been like naturally. And honestly, this semester I like kind of wanted to take the back seat of that and like have a break, but it's like it just still didn't work out that way. But I'm not mad about it, but it just makes me just think. So and this is just me being transparent. It just makes me just think like, well, God, what do you want me to do? Like, I know you want me to spread the gospel, which, I mean, we know that, so, you know, go spread the gospel. Don't get me wrong. But, like, it just makes me think about what His will is for, like, my individual life, or, like, how can I be useful? Like, what do you want me to do? Is me being in these leadership positions because of your will? Am I trying to escape it too much, or ignoring you, or am I overthinking? So I just be thinking of stuff like that.
It's funny because yesterday we had a Young Lives meeting with the leaders. That was my first meeting, but when we did meet, we talked about Acts 2 40 something through 40 something. I can't remember off the top of my head, but in that like chapter, it was talking about like God's like love and wanting us to like just kind of give our all into spreading His love towards other people, and that kind of being His mission that He got for our lives, and through that, like, I don't know, I guess not having a selfish mindset of like kind of I don't know, just putting you at the center focus of like how you lead other people, and like putting the love of those people and like your heart posture to like actually want to like enjoy giving to those people like in the forefront. And that was something that was like something I took away from like the whole like our meeting / like that chapter and verse. And in particular, because I also too still think that in some ways I'd be like, well, like, I don't know, just trying to figure out, God, do you want me to be doing these certain things? Or like I don't know. I just honestly speaking, like I said, I was not like the path that I've been going on now is not something I would have ever thought I was going on. So in some ways, I kind of be questioning like my own self and like where I'm supposed to be at, or like how helpful I'm being, or just little stuff. And so I felt like that kind of reminded me that like, girl, whatever you thinking or how you feel about it, it don't matter, because this is like what God want me to do. And like just He want us to be of a resource to one another. So it's like my thought process or like how I'm involved in that shouldn't be at the forefront of like actually helping people.
Yeah.
And so I don't know, but yeah.
No, because that's like a good point. You just made me think, like, because that's something like I also be thinking too, like of not being like selfish and just only thinking of like myself or my own convenience. Because like, I mean, it could be easy to only think of my own convenience. Like, I just went to class, I just went to work. I think I'm too tired to go to X, Y, Z. Like, sometimes I feel like it's definitely easy to do that. But I don't want to fall into that habit of, one, being lazy and procrastinating. Because I feel like that's a bad habit, and that could stop you from doing his works and whatever his will may be for you. But I just said it to say I feel like that all ties into, like, sometimes I'll be thinking, like, is what I'm doing too self-absorbed, or is it actually something to help people? So that's why now it's like, throughout whatever I'm doing, I try to ask God, like, with a mindset of me being useful to other people and helpful to other people. Like, even when it comes to like my finances, like, or like my money, like I have definitely like prayed for him to help me with like better spending habits and saving and budgeting and things like that, and even to just like earn more, to get better jobs and stuff like that. But then like now I just be kind of thinking, like, am I only thinking of that just for myself though? Like, I know the Lord knows, like, I have needs, like, of course, like, like bills and stuff like that. So not like to say I'm just not gonna want those needs to get met, but I just be also thinking, like, but am I only thinking about myself now? So I guess all in all, as Tay would say, she used to say all in all the time, y'all, like, so much.
I did. Now it's overall. But.
Yes, in overall, I say that to say that throughout any plans or goals that I have, I want them to still align with the path that God has for me, in a way where it's not just for me, but for him to bless me to be a blessing. So I feel like it all, even though I feel like I sound like I might be jumping topic to topic, I feel like it still kind of aligns with the big fish, bigger God. Like, he puts these ideas in our minds for a reason, these dreams and these goals, because, like, he wants us to be happy. God wants us to be great, honestly, like that. But yeah, I guess now I feel like I have a lot of goals that I've shared with Taylor before. Like, even the fact, like, I want to write a book and like really have it published. And it will be a Christian-based book.
Y'all heard it first. So
coming soon.
Hold her accountable.
Coming soon. But like, yeah, that's just like one example of just one of the things like that crossed my mind before, like, a while ago. But where I'm at right now in this season, from everything that I feel like I've been taught or what God has been saying to me, it is big fish, bigger God. Like, yeah.
Yeah. And I think also too, aligning with the big fish, bigger God, for me, I think that sometimes I don't be thinking that, like, not to say deserving to be in certain settings, but like, I don't know, just in that imposter syndrome mindset. And so I feel like that hinders me to like feel confident and comfortable with like advocating for certain things, or like just speaking up kind of. And I feel like God doesn't put us in places to like for no reason. So I feel like in that sense too, like, of course, going to God more about those like mindset of like challenges, but at the same time knowing that like God put you in this place to kind of shift some stuff around and like to actually showcase the type of person you are. So like, be that big fish in that room, and use that big God for that, and so and it's also too funny because when you said habits, it made me think Young Lives. I'm also part of the Next Gen program for Young Lives. So with that program, they got us reading like books and stuff like that, and the book that we like is reading now was talking about habits, and like the way that they talked about habits made me shift my mindset about like habits, and like how just overall I always like have had an idea of knowing that habits kind of like keep you on a cycle, but I feel like the way they kind of like worded it and presented it like actually do keep you in a cycle, and then like shifts your mindset of like how you think about certain things, and then overall just kind of steer you away from like actually utilizing the good stuff that God is telling you, or like talking and speaking into your life. So that's something also too that I want to start being intentional about. It's like reshifting my habits and like just my mindset, like how I think about habits and stuff like that.
Same, because I feel like it's real easy to like when you are doing like things that's like bad habits or not, like more positive thoughts or things like that. It's easy to have less patience, to doubt more, to be like not trusting God. And it's just like so crazy because he has shown countless miracles why I should trust God and why I should be patient, and just knowing that like he has it in control and like he really is going to solve it. Like literally, y'all, I couldn't believe this. So I got an internship over the summer, right? And so it was like, it's remote, but I'll go to the events in person. So it was the first event that I was about to go to. And I go to the gas station. I'm trying to use my card to get gas. I don't know why, y'all. It was not working. Like, nothing was working. Because I already had to leave at like 7 in the morning, like real early, because I was also dropping off my friend to work before I went to work. So I was leaving at the crack of dawn. So I tried to get the gas beforehand, but it was not letting me get the gas. And I was just like, well, I got in the car. I said, I'm not even about to stress about this. I said, I'm going to go home. I'm going to still fully get my outfit ready. I said, I'm about to get in the shower. I'm going to wake up in the morning and somehow I just know I'm about to have some gas in this car and I'll be able to take her to work and I'll be able to go to work. Y'all, this is me saying all of this basically with no money. It don't sound like a plan. No money, y'all. No money. It is like late at night. Like, I'm just like, well, let me just go see what I'm about to wear tomorrow. This is a 40-minute drives at that. So there and back.
Yeah.
Exactly. So I'm like, I said, I'm saying all of this with no money. So then I get back home. Taya knocked out on the couch, y'all. Keep that in mind. I get back home. I'm like, all right. But also, leading to that is this song called Joy in the Morning by...
I know what song you're talking about.
The brother and sister, Evan and Eris.
It's about the brother and sister, girl.
Yes, it's a song called Joy in the Morning by Evan and Eris. So, literally, I was thinking of that song throughout that whole time of me, like, I'm like, dang, I ain't got no money. But I'm like, the song, I said, Joy in the Morning. So I'm just like, because the song could be like, he said that joy comes in the morning. Something, I'm gonna wait till then, something like that. So literally, like the whole time I go in the house, I get my clothes out, and I'm just thinking of the song the whole time in my head. About to get in the shower, why I get a notification. Y'all, it's like 3 or 4 in the morning. Keep this in mind, like late. I get a notification. My auntie had Apple Cash me $10. I was like, and granted, 10 is not enough. Right? That we might think for all that driving I'm about to do. I said, God, I ain't even get to pray about it yet. I was just like, couldn't believe it. But I was just thinking the whole time. I'm like, well, I know that God gonna handle it. I have nothing to worry about. I will tell you, I said, damn. I said, I know you're asleep, but I got to tell you, I go to the gas station, couldn't use my card, had no other money. But then, blah, 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 they telling her the whole rundown, basically. And my auntie sent me that $10. I said, do you know? I had to tell my auntie. I said, auntie, this is actually crazy that you're awake right now and just did that. But, like, and she lives all the way in Texas, y'all. She doesn't even live here. All the way in the whole other side of the United States. So, like, it just was so crazy that she had sent that at the time. I'm like, and so I had told her about that. And then so I said, just everything that happened, I'm like, I can't believe this. So then she ended up sending me like 15 more. So then I just, again, had even more money for the gas. So I was like, and technically, it was still the morning.
Yeah.
It was 3 in the morning.
Yeah.
So I just was like, I literally just stopped. I said, oh, God, like, this is insane. But I say this to say that's one of the many examples where God comes through, even if you don't know how, when, but I feel like that was also an example of me just keeping positive thoughts in my head, godly thoughts more so, and not stressing, not worrying, and still preparing for the blessing that I didn't even know I had coming, y'all.
Amen.
I didn't even know that was coming, but I was still like, let me get my outfit ready. Let me get in the shower right now. Still preparing for the blessing that I didn't even know was coming. And he blessed me with more than I needed. Because the $10, I was about to rock and roll with that. So, that was long. Almost forgot how I got here. But just say that to say that with the plans that we have, and even like how you said, like you being in the rooms and feeling like you might not think, I can't remember exactly what you said, but like thinking like that you can do it. Nope, he got it. Like he will do it.
Already, your life was already planned.
That like he already knew it. He already blessed Auntie with enough money to feel comfortable to send me more money. I didn't even ask her, y'all. So that was just crazy. And he already knows, even before I had the chance to pray about it. Like he knows what's on our minds. He knows what we're doing. He's and that's just showing even more how he is always with us. It doesn't matter the time of day, where you're at. He is always there. And all that to say, I hope that testimony just honestly shares how no plans is too big for him. Like, he got you. It ain't too big or too little because he's a big God. Okay. Okay. Yeah, that just
you were so
crazy.
funny.
I couldn't believe that. I thought it said ding. I saw Apple Cash. I was like, Paul is an understatement. I said,
especially with the extra.
You got to hear this.
Like, yes, I definitely remember that.
Like, she had to hear it. I was like, girl, wake up. Wake up right now.
That's so funny because I already told Taylor this story, but her saying it just still made me think about our church. We had our 10-year anniversary period. Wow.
Shout out Reach.
Okay, but when they had service for the anniversary, I was going to say the reunion for the anniversary, one of the pastors, so our main pastor had somebody who was attending the church, and he kind of like mentored him, and then he became a pastor, so he came to speak at the church, and he was talking about the story with Noah and, I was going to say Noah and the ark. No, that's not the story. With the disciples and like Jesus walking on the water and stuff like that. And so through that story, he was saying how like a lot of people always lead with the story, and how like Peter was like told him to walk on the water, then he got nervous or whatever, and just saying how you kind of like slightly don't be knowing or feeling confident of God actually being in control of stuff. And it's like, and then at that point that storm had quieted and they moved on through that water. But through that, he was saying how like in that slight moment where like they kind of was nervous and was like not believing that like God, like y'all doing too much, I'm telling y'all that I got it. That the boat was still moving or whatever. And I think that just kind of reminded me of Taylor's story in the sense of like, even though you still was confident because you was finna go, you was joy was gonna come in the morning for you.
Yeah,
but some
I had
people
it on repeat in my head, y'all.
They wouldn't have thought that, and kind of would have been worried about thinking that like, I'm not finna have this gas money, and then took they like trust off of God for that slight second. But it's like, if Taylor would have been like that $10 was still gonna come, but that 15 was still gonna come. So just in a sense of like, I don't know, knowing that what you do kind of get overly worried and don't think that like something is gonna work out. It's like, no matter how worried you are or how confident you is, like God's still gonna help you through the situation and like work out your situation for you, like regardless. So like, trust in the Lord.
And then too, this not necessarily like a testimony. I guess it's more just something that I've learned lately. So a while ago over the summer, I read, and I can't remember exactly what they would call this series, but the book of Job, Proverbs. Dang it, just don't bother me that I can't remember the third one. I'm gonna pull it up while I'm talking. The book of Job. Hello. It's the book of Job, Proverbs. It's a 3-part series. I gotta pull it up. Hold on, cause that's gonna bother me
to see.
I think it's the Wisdom series. Oh yeah, okay, Wisdom series. Yeah, but what's the other book? I'm like, where's the button to play it? Oh yeah, this is it.
Oh yeah, because you already was watching it.
That's Proverbs. Yeah, I literally just said Ecclesiastes in my head, and it's right there. It's Ecclesiastes. Okay, so Proverbs, Ecclesiastes, and the Book of Job. So when I first read the Book of Job, I definitely had like some verses that like I would say like I highlighted in terms of like because it really was speaking to me at the moment. But in a general sense, I felt like I really didn't have a full understanding. And then I think, y'all, I be on TikTok too much. That's my problem. But I did see a TikTok, and it was somebody explaining the Book of Job. And it helped me to get a better understanding. And I felt like I just had this random thought to refer back to the Book of Job out of nowhere. So then when I saw that TikTok, I paid attention to it because I'm like, And then I'm going to get into it. Then I really, as I thought more, I said, I don't know why I feel like this is lining up to what I've been just having going on right now. But just overall, in the Book of Job, Satan asked to test Job basically, and God gave him permission. And throughout the whole time, so Job had like many riches, and God allowed him to get tested and took all of that away. Like his family passed away. Like he basically was in a state of just like having like nothing. But throughout the whole time, Job was like complaining. So when I was reading it, I was like, he's like, and I can't even act like I haven't complained. So let me not, but I'm just saying, but he was complaining the whole time. For at the end of it, he got all of his riches back. So I was kind of lost until I got more of an understanding of, even though he was crying out to God throughout the whole time, he still honored God and kept God first. And even though what was going on didn't make sense to him, he still trusted God's plans and whatever God was doing. And so, and like I said, even though he was complaining, and the complaining like threw me off too. I'm like, why is like what? Okay, like, but at the same time, we don't need to be questioning what God does, because big fish.
Okay.
I mean, bigger God.
Okay.
But just being transparent, I was just having those thoughts, and then it made me think of myself. Like I said, I've been trying to get like certain jobs like all summer, y'all, and only got one yes. Extremely thankful for it. Don't get me wrong. That my internship.
Yes.
Hallelujah. That's all I needed. But anyways, only got one yes. And so lately, these past few days, I started applying to a few more jobs. And then one time, I just went into, and so leading to that, I have felt like a little down. Like, dang, I ain't never been like this where nobody is like, I'm not moving past the interview. Like, I'm like, I've never been like this. What is going on? So pretty much complaining. But then I was praying on God, and I said, Lord, I am tired of this. What do I need to do? Or like, I pretty much honestly was talking to God like that. And afterwards I said, I probably shouldn't have did that. But the crazy part is, afterwards, I have 4 interviews lined up and got 3 out of 4, and the 4 offers basically for the job. And the 4th one is not even a denial; it's still pending. It's still a process because of it was like a 2-part interview thing. So it was like I got all of those jobs, and so then. That was like part 1. Then I started thinking of the Book of Job out of nowhere. Then I saw that and that explanation that I shared with you all, and it made me realize, like, shoot, did I do the same thing as Job? Like, I had been complaining, but then I finally cried out to God about it, and a change happened. So it just really made me think, like, dang, that is so crazy. But that is why they say, always keep God first throughout it all, because I think that when I was applying to them jobs, I don't think I was really being intentional about it, like through God at all. And even when I first like applied to those 4 jobs, I kind of did, but like I just had a conversation with God just about it, like, God, please help me. Like, I'm tired of living like this. Just me being real. I said, I know you have great things for me. I know this is not the life you want for me. And I asked him just for help to help me not put myself in cycles where I'm putting myself in these positions to be living like X, Y, and Z. So I just really had to think like, I said, I almost used his name in vain. But I said, I think I just did the same thing as Job in terms of once I finally cried out to God, but the difference is he kept crying out to God. I wasn't. But once I did, that's when all them offers came in. I just was like, wow. So I don't know. I just thought that was just crazy that I had that going on. Then I randomly started thinking about the book of Job. Then I saw some further explanation on TikTok. And I still looked into the Bible because at the end of the day, the Bible does say that everyone is not your teacher. So same for us. So still look into the Bible yourself. And so I definitely did that after seeing that on TikTok. And that's when it just made me just really think about that. And that's where I just be so thankful for new perspectives because like the Bible is so old, but it's always something new in it. And I just couldn't believe that.
That's a great testimony. Overall, I didn't hear about this one, so I was really intrigued to know what happened. But that was a word.
I'm like, oh my, because I really said, God, I'm tired of living like this. And I'm like, and so that's why I said, like, I'm looking at Job, like, why are you talking like that to God? I just like, well, shoot, I did that too.
Yeah.
And then somebody was, I think I screenshotted it. Hold on. They had said, like, y'all, I was about to cry.
We thought it got deleted, y'all.
We had to transition. This is now my phone. Taya's phone ran out of storage. I don't even know if this is the right angle.
I was going to say, it's like slightly off, but it's all right.
That's okay.
Boy, oh boy, it was out to be like, oh no.
Woo.
Patience.
I don't even know exactly where I left off, but just in case, I'm going to reread what I had saw. Whew. Just going to jump right back into it. When we come to God as children, He knows we can be impatient and whiny, just like real kids, but it is better for us to cry to God than laugh with the enemy. Let that sink in. I said, I don't know who this person is, but they just said a word that I needed.
And this is in the comments.
Like, yes, and I said, because I really felt like, I said, I just did that.
Yeah.
And not even realizing. But just all in all to say, big fish, bigger God. I think I'm kind of thrown off, unfortunately, for the phone died. Well, not dying. It
didn't die, but it ran out of storage. But
that was just something that I just really wanted to share because I just couldn't believe that when I just saw that message and just on all the other testimonies too. Yeah. Because I'm like, wow.
Yeah, but really, I was just gonna say I feel like I like this comment because this definitely is me on a day-to-day basis, whining and complaining, and not actually. And sometimes praying about the stuff I be complaining about. And I feel like your testimony when it came to Job and like just the whole process of it all, I do think like including God in everything you're doing is like you should be intentional about that. Me too. When I talk in third person a lot, y'all, so when I say you, that don't mean I'm directly talking to you. That's me talking to me and everybody else. But just being more intentional about ensuring that like we're including God within our lives and our journeys.
For the good and the bad.
Yeah. And so, I think that was like a great testimony / just like end of piece on with the comment. But yeah.
And honestly, and I just feel like I love this topic because I really feel like it all still aligns with the big fish, bigger God. Because like one more thing is about like the jobs that I even applied for. 2 of them is like jobs that I honestly don't really think. I didn't really think that I would get this far with it. For being honest, I guess because I'm so used to like I've been working like campus jobs and granted the internship is not a campus job, so that's something, but it's remote. But like these other ones will be like in person, and it just kind of give me more like big girl job vibes. So that was me just like kind of feeling like we don't see like just applying just to apply rather than applying with confidence and faith.
Yeah.
But big fish, bigger God,
Okay.
man. Big fish, bigger God.
Talk about man. Literally, though. Yes.
You know, this reminded me of a song. I used to go to the Salvation Army.
I feel like I
I
know.
will make you fishes of men.
Oh no.
Fishes of men.
This,
Fishes
I don't think
of
this
men.
song I thought you were going to
I
sing.
will make you fishes. This is not my song. I gotta look it up, y'all. I gotta make sure I'm saying the right stuff, but I think I'm on the right track. Taya, kill me.
Girl.
Where's Google?
You know where
Where's
Google's
Safari?
at. You had this phone multiple times.
Y'all, her Safari in the bathtub. Like, what? How would I know that?
It's just the aesthetic. It's not Safari.
Song
See,
that
yeah, she got to it.
goes,
She know what it is.
I will make you. Yes, fishers of men.
Thank you.
Hold on, y'all.
This
Gotta hear
is
this
so funny.
banging.
I never heard of this though.
Yes,
actually.
it's at the Salvation Army.
Come on.
Now, I don't.
Don't start tricking the kids to be singing. Somebody.
I will
I've seen this recently. I'm trying to think, where did I see this at?
If you follow me, follow God. What? Bro, what better way to end this topic? Y'all.
I'm crying.
Bro, what?
That the little kids ate that up.
Yeah,
I
we used
definitely
to
didn't
sing
think that
that.
was gonna be
I will
actually little
make you
kids.
fishers of men.
But I've seen Fishes of Men
Men.
recently. I'm trying to think, where did I see that at?
I
Let's
will
give it. I need
make
to look
you
into this
fishers of
topic.
men if you follow me. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Big fish, bigger God. Yeah. Yeah, y'all.
Yeah,
I think it's safe to say, all in all, thank you guys for watching our
Yes.
first podcast episode.
Yes, episode 1. I forgot podcasts. We have like little series names. We should do a series.
We should for sure.
In the works. But overall, y'all, thank y'all for watching so much.
Yes.
We don't know what this will come of, but we're excited to see this wonderful journey. And we thank you guys for going along this journey with us.
Yes, and please, as all the YouTubers say, like, comment, and subscribe. But really, I wouldn't say comment though, just for like some sort of interaction though. So feel free to comment, chat, share something with us that we don't know. Correct us if we said something wrong. You know, like we said, this is a journey. We are always, we know there's always room for growth. So yeah.
Yes.
Stay tuned for the next episode. Bye-bye.
Peace.
Bye-bye.